Hello and welcome to episode 14, season 14 of Meat Pie Sausage Roll with the mighty Oldham Athletic. We are back with the Latics, and as always, thanks for joining me. More importantly, thank you for your view. Thank you for everything you do. Legends, nearly Christmas. Thumbs up, comments, patrons. I love every bit of it. And I'm very happy. I'm in a good mood. I don't feel great. I'm a bit under the weather. But I've got a few days left in work, and then I'm off for ages. Very excited because I don't normally get all of Christmas and New Year off, but I have this year. But anyway, we've got another year of Oldham to get through, a cracking season. I've had a good few days at this. Been watching the end of the World Cup. Thank God that's over. Back to normal football. But we did well. We are the champions of Europe. The conference section of Europe. We are the champions of that. And we finished the highest we've ever finished, 6th in the Premier League. I felt good about things. Had a lot of money. We're nearly in our new stadium. But I was going to trust my gut, my instincts. I've played a lot of this game, as you know. So we'll see what you think. I'm very, very excited for the season, and I can't wait to share it with you. But before we do, shout out to Keith. This one's for you, my friend, all the way over there in America, North Carolina. How you understand a word I say, I have no idea, Keith, but I appreciate it. God bless you, as you all say in America. Thank you for watching. Love you long time. Let's get into it. So here we are. It's the 11th of August. The Premier League is just about to kick off. We don't have to go over the transfer deadline like we have done last few years because my business is done. Because I hardly did any business. I've got a plan I've got a lot of faith in, and we've got a lot of money. Look at this, 161 million in the bank. I've still got 24 to spend, and I've got a ton of money left in them wages. That money that's in them wages, though, I'm going to use in my squad, and I'll explain in a minute. But first, let's have a look at the ins and the outs. Signed for 1.9 million. He has been my number one goalkeeper for 3 seasons. He's been a good goalkeeper, great reflexes. The Irishman is a bit of a legend. He's only got 1 cap for his country. He was a good player. He's okay. But as you know, last year I found a wonder kid goalkeeper with tons of potential. I wanted him to come in, settle because he was from Mexico, learn the language, and he didn't moan one bit. And my plan was to push the wonder kid, because if I push him this year, I reckon his attributes will just fucking fly up into the sky, and he will blossom into a beautiful, awesome goalkeeper. I've also got another young goalkeeper I brought in last year as well, so he was the worst really, even though my assistant manager still would have picked him as the number 1. So yeah, mega profit. Of course I signed him last year, but trust me, this kid, it's time for him to grow. Look at his value. He's still a wonder kid. He's 20 years old. He's played for his country 9 times. Do you know what I mean? I'm happy that he came in last year and sat on that bench and didn't moan about a thing. Didn't moan. I love it. I love players like this. And it's his time to shine, and trust me, he will grow. Now, Calvin Decker has been with us for 3 seasons. I bought him for 5.25 million from Manchester United. Good little player at the time. Got some great abilities in certain areas of his game, his technique, his dribbling and so on. He's not the quickest, and he has struggled. He's played 88 games in the league over 3 seasons, which ain't too bad. Some of them are probably substitute appearances, but he was moaning all last year, moaning all the way through the summer. But my plan was this year was to keep this squad together as much as possible. So I wasn't going to let anyone leave unless I could find a decent replacement. So Calvin Decker's gone for around 14-15 million again. Because on my shortlist, because I scout, I had Sebastian Wiatrak, right? Polish. I love Polish players. I've had a few legendary Polish players over the years. Now, apparently his best position is the left wing, although that'd say otherwise. But this kid will play all over. I do not care, because I think he's class. I think he will become great. Again, he's played for his country, can use both feet. He's a wonder kid. I mean, there's too many wonder kids. 10 a penny. 10 a penny, if you know what that means, on this game. But very happy to have this lad. 21 million. I'm pretty sure 21 million minimum fee. Yes, 21 million minimum fee. I mean, he looks all right. He only had 1 season at Parma. Now, this one isn't technically an out. It's Bernard Juma. He's the best youth prospect we've ever had come through our own academy. And he spent last season as a squad filler in that first team, in and around the team, but he just kept asking me to go out on loan, what I go out on loan, what I go out on loan. Now, he can use both feet. He's a very good young player, and he's a good player to have in the squad, one of your own. It's nice. But maybe he's not just there yet, right? But again, he wasn't going anywhere unless I could find someone. And I found someone perfect to fit the role perfectly. a ball-winning midfielder to play in my ball-winning midfielder role in my tactics. So about 18 clubs came in for him once I put him up for loan. So he's chose Burton. So I'm hoping he can go there, get a full season under his belt, improve, impress. And whatever happens, I'm not selling him, but he'll probably come back. He could come back maybe as a 5th midfielder next season. Because we've signed JOURNEYMAN, right? Portuguese, 19 years old, from that team I can't pronounce. 32 million, minimum fee, so paid it all in one go. Now he's a wonder kid. He's not a 5-star, but he's a wonder kid. They throw that around too often. I've said this a million times. Now, this might be a nostalgia thing. I've played this game since the mid-90s, many years as champ manager. And I remember back in the day, getting a wonder kid felt like you'd found a unicorn running around the field. It was that rare. Do you know what I mean? They are everywhere. You can go on a search and you can find millions of them. There's millions of them. But we already have some very special players here at the club. Players who are developing year on year and are still young. The two lads at the top are only 20 and 21. And they are absolutely fantastic. Mamadou, the midfielder, and Fabian Wisner, right? Great players. Check them out quickly. Look at that. Great little midfielder, right? The Fabian Wisner is going to be one of the best centre-halves the game has ever seen. German. Plays for Germany. Now, we've also got a lot of these other lads, and this whole group here of, obviously not the guys who've just come in, like Gil, all have minimum fees. They're big, ranging from 40 to 70 to 80. So I've not done it yet at this save point, but I use that money, and you'll see later when you see the wages, because we end up overspending the wages, to give them all new deals. Get big pay rises, and every single one of them accepts me to wipe out that minimum fee. So we get rid of all minimum fees. No longer are we a club that's going to have our players stolen. Players will leave when I want them to leave. And I think that is... just shows you where we're coming, where we've come from. Winning that trophy has been fantastic. The way these players are feeling about the team. And they're so young, they're so exciting. So, you know, you've seen them too. We've got Tim Penfold, scored over 40 goals last year, although 50 of them were in the Premier League. I could do with him scoring more in the Prem. He's got bits missing in his game, but he's a goal scorer for us. Anyway, Martinovic. He's like one of the older statesmen now, 26 years old, been here a good few years. Kicks on this year. What a player he is. Don't forget we've got Kelvin on the left. I still think it's a great player. He's only 20, the Welsh lad. The next Ryan Giggs. Very happy to have him. Obviously, you've seen Mamadou. We've got Dort. I don't know. How do you say his name? Yannick. I say Yannick for his second name. 25 years old. He's been here a couple of years. Look how good he is. Look at some of his attributes. Or attributes. Why do people say attributes? Don't know why. It annoys me. Sometimes I call them stats, and there was someone on Twitter slagging people off for calling them stats. Chill out. Now, George Ezra, and that's not his real name, he's become a really good player. I picked him up on a free back in years ago, and I thought he was going to be one of them that just came and went after a few years. You know, you kind of move on when you get to that next level. He has grown with the club. Makes me really, 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 really proud. We've still got players like Belgium. Get him last year, 20 years old. Look at him. I mean, look at the quality that we've got. This kid, right, 3-star, but on paper, he is insanely good. And he's still only 20. I feel like I've had him 3 or 4 years. He's still only 21. Watching this season, seriously. Now, I'm not going to go for them all, but trust me, you're getting that feeling, aren't you? And that's what I was feeling. Last year, we progressed in the league and we've won a major trophy. And I've played this game enough to know when you've got a team of young players. Look at them. What's the oldest player there? 27 years old. That's the peak. We're hitting the peak. A couple of them. The rest of them have still got the best years ahead. And they're interlinked. They know each other. They're a solid side, right, that have progressed last year. Let's not make too many changes. There was 10 changes a few years ago, then not a lot. Last year made 11 changes. Calm it. Let's give these boys a chance. Can you go on another level? Well, in the Premier League, at least they don't think we're going down. But when they used to think we were going down, we could finish 8th. So if they think we're going to be 13th, well, we might get in the top 4. Eh? Very excited. Also, it's going to be a big season for someone else. Manchester City have lost 2 of their best players. Phil Foden, who was 35. Crazy. And Haaland, I think Foden's got to Juve. Haaland went to Madrid. Haaland was 34. City have got some new regen superstar striker. We don't need to look at him. So there's a bit of a transition for City. I've noticed that. But I don't care about them. I was buzzing for this season. So the board just wants to get mid-table. I want top 6. 6th or higher. Now, my other plan was, Carabao FA Cup, B-team it much as possible, definitely. And then the Europa League. Now, in Europe, we've been fantastic. We were in the Europa League 2 years ago. We won every single game in the group with a B team, pretty much. Last year, a B teamed it. That was a lot easier competition. And we've gone on and won that. So, depending on who we'd be playing, I was going to just B-team everything, apart from the league, save my best team for that Premier League. So pre-season was decent. We didn't lose a single game. Now, I set up the Tour of America, and then I left my assistant in control, so he filled in some spots, and I think he played 2 games there. We were on tour somewhere, or training camp, sorry. And then we went to the States on tour. It was all right. I mean, I'm not asked about winning every game. It's about, you know, just getting that fitness in it, because these guys know each other. We've only got 2 new signings. We've got the new forward attacking midfielder, new central midfielder, and it was about giving the goalkeeper some games, solid games, back to back, ready for that new season to kick off against Aston Villa. So we're going to jump forward to the 1st of January, and I'm not going to lie, I've absolutely love this. Here we are, it's the 1st of January. Tim Penfold is the leading goal scorer, which is awesome. Simen Moen is the best player, and look at Martinovic there, joint on the assist chart. So that's fantastic. Now we are 5th, so I don't know if you're thinking then when you saw how excited I was, we were going to be like winning the league or up there in the top 2-3, but we're not far off. 37 points. We're only a point away from Liverpool. It's been hit and miss. There's been certain games they've let themselves down, but there's just been some results that have just made me really believe that this team is really coming of age. So here we are with the results. Now it's a bit, it's a bit hit and miss. It's not perfect, right? We're still shit at certain times, but I'm rotating. I was trying to have the best team out in the league, and then these moments in Europe, and these times they're still letting themselves down. Maybe that's their age, right? But I still believe, and I believe because of some of the results. Now, obviously, great to beat Leeds United 4-0. Love that. Beating Norwich was good. West Ham got beat off Chelsea. It started looking pretty standard, but then we beat Arsenal, and then we're one of the best teams on this game at the minute. This though, beating City and then beating Liverpool. I mean, we're starting to beat the big boys, but I'm dropping silly points here and there. Burnley drew, Forest drew, Leicester bent me over, beat Leeds again, got beat off United, drew with Chelsea, West Ham. So, it's not perfect. But this team of mine, I don't know what it is, but they are built for European football. Because after 6 games, we've won 6. Got 2 more games left to play, and I'm going to show you the results in a minute, but I'm just going to tell you now, we win every single one. I win 8 games out of 8. I've done that 3 years running now. It's easy. Now, this is the Europa League. And you look at them teams at the top. Wolfsburg, we knew who they are because we beat them last year. Newcastle, tough team, obviously. Rangers, massive club. Sevilla, obviously good. But, Schalke down there, Marseille, they're like going to have to get themselves through an extra knockout round. You've got Hamburg as well. A lot of beatable teams. And when you see the teams we drew, I mean, Anderlecht, yeah, we beat them. And a B teamed it. I mean, Hernandez is playing, but you look here, Goodyear, Roman, Walker. Obviously, guys will sneak in now and again. You can't always just go A team, B team, injuries, so on. But that is pretty much a B team. FC Utrecht, B team. You can see the backup goalkeepers playing. Sarajevo, B team, although Hernandez has snuck in, can't say his name. Hamburg, yep, B team pretty much. Odd. A B team, Slovan Bratislava, B team, Joey Goodyear playing, and then I beat Union SG. We'll have a look later, and Apoel, whatever they're called, and dominate that group again. But the thing is with that group, it's nice to win it. It is. It makes you feel confident, and it gives you that confidence. But you just got to creep in at that top 8, aren't you? Just so you bypass around. It doesn't mean anything. You don't get a trophy for it. And before we jump forward to the 1st of April, we're going to look at the club vision, not for anything in particular vision-wise. They're not happy with my 6-1 defeat, neither am I. But the board alert, owner looking to sell. Apparently he is looking to sell now, and he's open to it. He's never actually said that before. It's always been a rumour. They're always flying around. It's been flying around for years, over and over again. But he's never said he wanted to actually sell. Now he's saying he's open to the idea. 1st of April, youth candidates, it's okay. I've signed up that page, you can see, pretty much. No one to really scream and shout about, but it's nice to flesh out that youth team. We, my friend, are in the top 4, 53 points. Look at that. Look at Arsenal. We've beaten Arsenal. We've beaten Liverpool. City in 8th. things you'd love to see. Tim Penfold is still just the leading goal scorer. I mean, you can tell Haaland's gone. He usually have 30 goals by now, but he has gone. Simon Moen has dropped down to number 2 on the average rating list. But league-wise, we're looking good, and we've got 2 games in hand on United there, so we can really catch up, get to 59 points potentially. But that top 4, I just feel now when I got to this stage playing, like, I really wanted it then. I didn't want to balls up, because the way we've done in the Europe, like I said earlier, I just feel like the natural progression now has to be Champions League. We need to start testing ourselves against big teams. No offence, no Wolfsburgers or Anderlechts, if you know what I mean. So from the new year, we hadn't done too bad. Only lost 1 game, that was against United. Drew with Arsenal, not too bad. Beat Everton, who were decent on here. Beat Aston Villa, Leicester, Bournemouth, and absolutely battered Brighton. Got Liverpool next, tough run in. But, you know, see what we do against Liverpool. Got Forest, Burnley, Watford, we should be beating them. Newcastle, City, just City these days. Norwich, Southampton, Spurs. Could we get top 4? This is a squad arranged by average rating, and you can maybe tell by the appearances, lots of sub appearances. You know, guys who aren't playing as much have still got a good amount of games under the belts, like the Collies, 16 starts. You know what I mean? Gilles Selamain, who's a young lad, he's coming in, he's learning his trade at Oldham. And that's what I've done. B-Team Carabao, pretty much B-Team the FA Cup. We'll have a look how I've got on with them later. B-teamed the group stage of Europe. Once I got into the knockout, so I was going to take that very seriously, because that could be my ticket to the Champions League. So very happy with the team. Goals wise, let's have a look. My one and only worry is Dimitar Doyshev, because he's got, after this season, his contract runs out in the summer of 2037. He's unhappy, he wants to play more. I just can't. I just can't. So I don't think he's going to sign a new deal. So in the summer, I might have to sell him or lose him on a free. We'll see. If no one's available, I'll keep him and let him go on a free. He's been a great servant. We'll never forget his goal against Chelsea, which pretty much kept us in the Premier League and built the foundations of who we are today. Financially, we've lost a bit of money, but they've improving the facilities again. So they've put loads into that. And you can see the wage budget's gone up, and it's going to go up a bit more. There's a few more contracts I'm going to do from now to the end of the season as well. So, you know, fees have been paid out and so on. And a few other transfer fees from, you know, when I've spread them out in the past. You know, some targets have been hit. We've had to pay out a bit of money, but we're still in a good place financially and in a good place all round. It's been enjoy this. So I've now jumped forward to the 21st of May and the Premier League season is over. Ooh. The season's over. What's the live com going to be? Bet you're excited about that, aren't you? Yeah. Well, it's something special. I think it's pretty obvious. But we did finish top 4, 75 points. We won 22, drew 9, lost 7. Penfold got the golden boot. Simon Moen and Ollie, 2 best players. They share the same position. Don't get me wrong, Ollie can sometimes play out on the left. But Christ, eh? How good's that? Now, we did go out straight away in the Carabao Cup. Many moons ago, as you can see, pretty much B-teamed it. Obviously, Hernandez got a game, had a red card, yada, yada, yada. Didn't care. In the FA Cup, I thought we were going to get there. And I really thought we were going to get there. Because, you know, B-teamed it through it, B-teamed it. Liverpool didn't B-team. Look at the Preston game. And then we played Arsenal. We've done well against in the league this year. Martin Shithead scored against us again. And he celebrated again. I really don't like him anymore. Now, these are the results for the end of the season, and look at that form. Now, what was annoying was, you might have noticed on the FA Cup run, before we got battered off Arsenal, we beat Liverpool 1-0. We then, a couple of days later, played him in the league, and I went into that super confident thinking, we just beat him. We're doing well against Liverpool, and then that happened. Got battered at Anfield 3-0. But then that was it. Apart from drawing with Man City, so fair play to them, and some cracking games. Look at that Norwich and Southampton game there. Christ. Fantastic run. Got a lot of points, got in top 4. Well, of course, I think you probably guessed it. We're in the final. But you know what? Look at who we're playing. Do you think we should have not got in that final? Who have we come up against that could actually beat us? Especially once I got into the knockout rounds, I started to take it super serious. I mean, Copenhagen. I mean, I'm not being funny. 4-1, done deal. Brought them home, 4-1 again. Slavia Prague. We should be beating them. 5-3. We shouldn't have let that many goals in, but we did. Went to their place, 2-0. Hamburg. I'd already played him in the group stage, beat him 2-0. Beat him 2-0 again, 2-0 again. Not hard at all. That's why I'm thinking now. You can just, it's just plain as day. Look at it. Look at that. All green. We need Champions League. Now, top 4, we've got it. And if we win this, we definitely got it, haven't we? Eh? But it's Newcastle, freaking United. Moneybags Newcastle. And we've got an okay-ish record against them. We did beat them the last time we played, 3-2. But it was close. And before that, it's been a lot of draws. I mean, the early days of our Premier League return, we did really well against them, didn't we? So here we are, the Europa League final. Can we do it again? Can we win another major? This would be massive for the club, massive for our reputation. We're playing at the Juventus Stadium in Turin, in Italy. 2 big issues. My number 1 left winger is full on injured, he can't play. And George Ezra, who would have started at the back, is carrying a knock, but we could still put out a decent side here. A side that could and should win this. Welcome to Turin. Here we go. Newcastle got some top players, you know, some very good players. If they got on the bench, they've got someone really good on the bench somewhere. Can't remember his name. I know they've got a good striker somewhere. But what I'm doing is something different. I've hardly used this tactic this year. I'm throwing a curveball. See if we can do something different. Why not? I don't think they'll expect it. I think the computer, hopefully sometimes, I like to imagine, right? We'll think, oh, they're going to play that way. That's all they always do. And we'll go, no, we're not going to. We've got defensive midfielder on. Let's see if it can do anything. It might backfire in my face. Well, here we go. Will it work? I don't know. We've got plenty of options on that bench. I can always change the tactic if I need to. I mean, there's a few players, good years playing as defensive midfielder. One of my defenders in 100%. The Polish lad probably would have started on the left over Ole, if I'm honest. He's carrying a bit of a knock. So, I mean, there's a few injuries as well. But we're still a good side. We've absolutely flown through this tournament, won every single game. This is definitely our toughest test. Newcastle may be a mid-table team, but they've got talent, they've got money. And as you see in the Premier League, oh, beautiful ball. Can Penfold show his skill? Yes, he can! 27 goals this season. Not scored as many as last year, but I do not care. That one was my favourite. But what was I saying? In the Premier League, yeah, we can beat good teams and then get beat off Leicester 6-1. So, but there's definitely been progression. I definitely feel like I've done the right thing in sticking with these young lads, watching them grow. They've got into the top 4. We'll be in the Champions League, which brings not just money, but it'll bring maybe a better player. We should have money to spend as well. Don't know what's happening with the takeover yet. It's still in the process. It's been like that most of the year. It's quite annoying. Come on. Bit of pressure here from Newcastle. They're going to want this. This is their ticket to the Champions League, isn't it? Right, here's Ole, who ended up second best player in the Prem. How mad's that? How mad is that? But, I can change things up if I need to. Like I said, I've got good options on that bench. We've got a good squad, but here's Ryder. He can cover in defensive midfielder. It's a bit of a Phil Neville, if you know what I mean. Back in the day, Fergie used to throw Phil Neville in at defensive midfielder, and he used to do a job. Oh, good touch. Martinovic brings it in. Why didn't you pass it? He went for a shot then, didn't he? Anyway, how good was the World Cup final? I predicted Argentina would win it. Did it in a few comments. Don't know if you were one of them. I know Eddie was from Texas. He was laughing at me saying England won't win it. I said no. I think Argentina will. I just felt like it was Messi's destiny. I was right. Total guess, really. I'll be honest with you. Ooh, ranging on here. Come on, boys. What are you doing? Get hold of the freaking ball. And I'm happy you did. I feel like he deserves it. I watched a documentary a while ago about Argentinian football, and how a lot of the fans were saying that, he's up there, but he'll never be classed on Maradona's level until he wins it. And I think he's better. Maradona was class, right? But he was class for about 8 years. Messi's been class for nearly 20 years, you know what I mean? I think he's better. I'd have Messi over Maradona. At least Messi's not off his tits on speed or coke or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I think he's better than he's just got an all-around game, innit? Better than Ronaldo. Definitely. Oh, beautiful ball. Penfold again. Great control. Oh. We've been amazing in this tournament. We've been amazing in Europe for 3 years. It would be great to get into that Champions League with 2 of the smaller ones behind us. Earn some more money. Start testing ourselves against the big boys. Start showing the world that we're not little Oldham anymore. We're a big team. If you looked at them stats and you look at them right now, they're edging it. But they haven't got the ball in the back of the net, and Penfold is a hero. But here they come, Newcastle with a free kick. Not happening. Talking of football, the other football, did anyone see the Vikings game, or at least the result from the Vikings game? Greatest comeback in NFL history. 33 down at half time. If you're a Vikings fan, you would have been turning that off. Come back and won it. Crazy. And the quarterback they played against, who's for the Colts, Matt Ryan, was at the Atlanta Falcons a few years ago and was part of the greatest comeback in Super Bowl final history, when they were something like 26-something up, I think, at half-time, and then they were dominating, and Tom Brady and the Patriots came back and won it. So he's now been involved in two of the biggest comebacks in NFL history. The two biggest, most famous, really, which is unfortunate because he's a good player. Getting on a bit, but I love American football. Let's get to the business end now, innit? Get into the playoffs. Let's get exciting now. I can't wait. I love it. I just hope I can watch the final, the Super Bowl. Some years I can, some years I can't, depending on when I'm working. And Newcastle are back into this. Right, let's change it up. Okay, we've got 20 odd minutes to go. I've made 4 changes. Roman Walker's come on at the back, and Mohamed, or what his name is, he's dropped back into defensive midfielder, and the new Portuguese lad Gil has come on into the centre of midfield. Colley's on the right. The Polish lad who's carrying a knock, he's come on the left. And I'm sticking with that same formation because we've done all right. I think it could work. It might work. We're minutes away from it actually working. It was a gamble because I think I might have played it twice this year. I mean, I've spent years mixing and matching it, using it against big teams a lot of the time, but this year it was just full on. Let's stick with what we know, but here he is. And that's the lad I meant. Is it Fabio Silva? I spoke too soon, didn't I? Might be a hero Penfold, but let's start freshening it up on the front line and bring on a legend. Someone who's built the foundation of this club. It's gone to penalties. We love drama on this channel, don't we? Here we go, look at that. Fancy penalty graphic. Doyshev could believe in us in the summer. We don't sign a new deal. Robert Reenan, our new WONDERKID goalkeeper, who's had a very good season, pulled off some absolute worldly saves throughout the year. Help us? Nope. Man, I am nervous. I hate penalties. Absolutely hate him. Oh, he's balloon. Oh no. Peters to take with his left peg. Oh, young Polish lad. Carrying a knock, he would have started the game. Scores. Here he is, the guy who got Newcastle back into it with his 2 goals in the second half. The arsehole. Scores his penalty. I mean, to be fair, I've had plenty of these on this channel over the years, and we've had a lot of fun with them. We've also had heartbreak with them. It's not over yet. You know you want to miss. You know you want to miss. Off target. Colley to take. Not a starter. Good solid player though. Good all round attributes. Bad penalty taker. Win some, you lose some, you know. There's still been progression in this team, but we give it a shot, and I thought we had it in the bag. I really thought we had it in the bag at one point. Fair play. So I've holidayed to the 1st of June. I've been sat here for about 5 minutes like that. Gutted. Like, genuinely. Here's what it is though. This is what this game's all about. Big leagues that were won by Chelsea, beating Real Madrid in extra time. English teams won the lot. Leicester have taken our trophy, beating Villarreal on penalties. Arsenal beat Forest 4-0 in the Carabao Cup final. But the team, Arsenal, that won the Carabao Cup final and beat us in the semi-final, have been beaten on penalties by Chelsea. Just wish we were better at penalties. Look who the best player was. Got a ton of money. I've got 62 million to spend. Not too much room in the wages, but we've got a good young team. We're still believing. And they've still had a fantastic season. They've definitely improved, and they're only going to improve more. But after a failed takeover at the start of the season, Matt Love finally left, and Kai Hodgson has taken over from within. No issues, no getting rid of me or anything, and no freaking tycoon takeover. Hopefully Kai is as good as Matt, because Matt Love's been one of the best chairmans I have ever had. So there we go, that is the end of episode 14. I am so sorry I couldn't bring you a victory, something to cheer at, something to buzz off. It is what it is. Yeah, a bit sad about it, losing it that way. I'm absolutely gutted, you can probably tell. It really does affect me, this game. But anyway, thank you for watching, thank you for your view, thank you for your support. Hopefully you're going to come back for episode 15, season 15, see how we do in the Champions League. Can we get even higher in the league? Can we win a trophy? It'd be nice to pick up a domestic at some point, wouldn't it? I think we could get close. I've got a lot of faith in these lads. Sometimes. Anyway, you stay happy, you stay safe, get yourself ready for Christmas. The next episode, I think, will be out on Christmas Eve. Yep, have a Christmas special. Anyway, take care, I love you. I'll see you next time.